Yeah, it's going to be important for all of us. I think the way we play when we're at our best, we're playing the long game. We understand that, getting them back for their second and third spells, putting them under pressure and letting them come to us and us putting pressure back on them through overs in the field and time in the game, especially over a 5-test series. That's really important because as you get into the third, fourth, fifth test, if they're trying to play the same team and those bowlers are rolling into 100, 150, 200 overs by the third test, it's going to make a big difference in the series.
Travis mentioned something.
Yeah, I think the partnerships part is a really big part. I think in the last few years, in the last year or so, we've probably not put those together. We've relied on some brilliant performances from all the batting order, but I think just getting back to that and knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses and knowing how we can help each other out there to stay engaged and start building that partnership, I think that's the main part that we need to continue to work together with. Look, that was just a decision that was made for the test team to not let them travel up and then travel back home and then travel 4 trips to Perth. So I think that was just to get ready for a really big series. I think making sure guys are ready and getting that transfer over into red ball, making sure everyone's fresh for a really big summer is going to be vital come that 4th, 5th test. So it may look a little bit strange, when you're looking at it from to play the first test, but we're looking at the whole series, and I think that's where Cricket Australia have got their eyes on. We're here to win the series, and the first game everyone might be fresh and it might be fine, but when you get to the second, third, fourth in such a big series, that's where the impact's going to be had. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to judge. They played on completely different conditions, spinning conditions. But, I mean, having India come here off the back of a loss at home is something that's never happened before. So I think that's a good thing in terms of they're probably a little bit lower on confidence, not coming off a test victory, losing to New Zealand 3-0. I think that's going to do a little bit of damage to their confidence, but at the end of the day, they're a quality lineup and they're one of the best teams in the world. So, you can never underestimate a team like that. Well, exactly. I think that's what happened in 2021. I think the likes of Natarajan played, Siraj got his first sort of crack in Australia, Washington Sundar played, and they had all these guys that were probably a little bit new. Shubman played that last couple of games. So there was new faces around, but they're a quality lineup, and they've shown that over a period of time. So you can't ever underestimate the depth of Indian cricket. So anyone that gets the opportunity to play for India have had to do a lot of hard work and find their way into that side, because I don't know how many million people are in India, but to actually play for a team like that, you have to be a very good player. I mean, winning the first game of any series is important, so to have India rattled or not rattled, I don't think that's really the right question. The right question is we just want to start this series on the right foot and play good cricket, and hopefully that then has a great flow-on effect for the rest of the series. I think it's just firstly coming back to that process. Like you said, my last test game, I actually played quite well, and for me it's just about starting the series really well, making sure I'm really well prepared, making sure I understand how the Indian attack is going to come at me, and making sure that I prepare really well. And if I do all those things over a 5-test series, it's 10 innings, you're hoping that process and that trusting your method and the way you go about it is going to pan out in the right way. No, 100%. I mean, like I said, my best preparation is always thinking at the other end and thinking about how they're going to attack me, and then me being able to develop and change my game to what's the best method to attack them. So I certainly think at times, they might go back to that plan, but I think might be other areas that they'll attack first this time around, and try and bowling that more channel and try and nick you off. I think especially in Perth with a bouncy wicket.